The Maddox Prize is for standing up for science in the face of difficulty. When researchers feel intimidated away from the public space, we all lose. It's really important that researchers feel confident in being able to talk about their research and sometimes talk about awkward findings. But it's also very important for us as a society that researchers feel able to do that. When researchers don't do that, we all lose out.
Science has to be part of decision-making, be it by politicians or policymakers all the time. Not just when it suits the decision-makers, but even when it doesn't. And that's why standing up for science is so important. That's why the prize matters so much, because many of the winners make the decision to defend science and facts, even though sometimes personally they face discrimination, sometimes threats, and yet they believe in the cause.
I'm really glad that Sense About Science and Nature have kept on going this prize, which is named after my father. And they conceived of it and named it after him because he really did stand up for science as editor of Nature. I think the prize reflects the values that my father stood up for, really arguing for the difference between good science and bad science, always acknowledging that science changed and changes its conclusions. That was the whole point of science, he said. But there was a huge gulf between that, based on evidence, based on work, and bad science based on the lack of those things and on prejudgment, on superstition, sometimes on all kinds of political or personal ends.
This year we saw an absolutely huge range of nominations, from laboratory safety to testosterone to vaccines and environmental pollution. What's sadly common to them is that institutions are still not defending their researchers when they should, when they're coming under fire, when they're attacked on social media, when they're attacked in the press or by lawyers. And that's something that we really want to see change.
The winner of 2022 Maddox Prize have shown an extremely characteristic, which is courage. The courage to speak out, to expose themselves, to expose their family, to expose their community for something they think was right, but more importantly, by relying on evidence.
I think that the individual satisfies really the three pillars of quality that the Maddox Prize is set up to honor, which is that has to face some challenging, difficult problem, is to face those problems and get work done, even despite potential danger to one's career or one's well-being. And the third thing is to really bring an awareness about this problem to the public.
I think it was an inspirational case of how science and evidence-based thinking and a rational approach can be used to the common good and for a better world, aspirations of which I think John Maddox would have thoroughly approved.
See me as the 2022 winner of John Maddox Prize. I feel so proud, a Nigerian woman, an African, the very first African woman to win this prize. I have done a lot of interventions in the Niger Delta, in the oil spill site, trying to create remedial procedures. I have created a simple technology that are nature-based to respond then to impacted soils, agricultural soils. In the course of doing the interventions, I've been threatened, I've been harassed, I've been abused, sometimes by communities, sometimes by the operators. But when you look at the lives that will be lost if you don't intervene on time. Yeah, because environmental concerns has public health implications. So I go for the lives I want to save. This will embolden me, as now I'm giving, like you're giving more arsenals to go fight. And then I think those who are looking up to me, they will be encouraged that working after all and consciously being focused on the job pays after all. Recognition will fire them up to continue working and to do more work. I made it!